You all are sleeping on these shoes. My name is Mark, and I started Midlife Crisis Kicks as a way to acknowledge that my buying of shoes is a way for me to try to recapture the lost joy of a childhood that I barely remember. Today's a Top 5 Friday, and we're doing the top 5 most underrated sneakers by brand. My criteria for this, are they like me, old? And is it timeless? Is it something that you can still wear today? You have to be able to get a great deal on them, and they need to be pushing the boundaries of these shoes through different colors and collabs. I'm gonna rank these from underrated to extremely underrated. Let's start with New Balance. There's a lot to choose from here, but I picked the 574. The 574 was created by New Balance all the way back in 1985, but you can still get great colorways of this shoe today at an extremely low price. And I think this shoe is incredibly comfortable. I also love all the different textures that they do. When you buy them in suede, they just look great. Now they're number 5 because there's not a lot of collabs on this. I do like the Stone Island shoes. These Joe Freshgood collabs are pretty nice. And Soleil Bembury did something with this shoe. So for that reason, it's number 5. All right, number 4, it's the Saucony Jazz. I know a lot of people might pick the 5000 or 6000 Shadow, but the Jazz is about 8 years older than that, and you can still get incredible general release colorways in this shoe at an amazing price everywhere you look online. Much like the 574, there's not a lot of collabs. I do like the colorways that Packer did, and New Balance pushes the boundaries like this slime green colorway. All right, number 3 on this list is the Nike Cortez, and there may be a lot of people mad about this in the comments, and you might be saying Air Force One. It is a timeless shoe, but with all the hubbub recently of the dusty, dirty Air Force One that they're selling, I actually think people respect these shoes more today. But when you look at the Nike Cortez, they have every colorway and every material imaginable, and they're all super cheap. You can get the Forrest Gump colorway, which is extremely classic and timeless, right now for less than $60. Now, it's not the most comfortable shoe on this list, and I think some people would argue that wearing a Nike Cortez in 2025 is not on trend, but they do have all of these amazing colorways and collaborations. They've done things like the Stranger Things shoes, Sakai doing the Transformer thing. They have these amazing Union collabs, and recently they just dropped the Cortez for Jackie Robinson Day, and these look great. All right, at number 2, we have the AS6 Gelite 3. Now you could pick a lot of the old AS6 silhouettes. The Gelite 3 dates back to 1984, and I picked it on this list because the GR colorways on this are available everywhere. Again, lots of materials. They always look really nice. But they're number 2 on this list because the collabs on this are incredible. Now, a lot of these collabs you can still buy at a pretty reasonable price. The Atmos collabs have been incredible. We've got the Alley Cats, the Map shoes, and perhaps the most slept on collab of all time is Atmos and Sean Witherspoon on these ASICS Gelite 3s, which are incredible and relatively not that expensive when you think about all the amazing shoe collabs we've had over the last few years. But really, this shoe is number 2 on this list because of what Ronnie Fieg did when he got his hands on this shoe. The collabs that they have put out with Kith have been unbelievable. We've got the Tokyo Trio, the remastered series with the Soul colorway, and of course, the absolute grand slam home run that they hit last year with the X-Men collabs. And before I reveal number 1 on this list, make sure that you hit that follow button so that you can see my new posts that also make sneakerheads mad in the comments. All right, number 1 most underrated silhouette of all time has to be the Adidas Forum Low. Why is this number 1? Well, this was originally designed in 1984 as a basketball shoe, but they are still today cranking out a massive number of these shoes. The general release colorways you can get in every conceivable color for insanely low prices, and I think this shoe is still incredibly comfortable. Maybe not as comfortable as the AS6 Gelite 3, but these are incredible, comfortable shoes that you could wear all day long. But this shoe is number 1 on the list for one reason, and that is that they are always pushing the boundaries on this shoe. Adidas has put out wild shit like these scary clowns and this melting sadness, but still today, the brands that they partner with and the collabs that they do with designers are endless. We've got Disney collabs, Simpsons collabs, The Grinch, Marvel. We've got Atlas skateboarding. We've got Bad Bunny. We've got Bape. There's Kerwin Frost. There's whatever the hell Jeremy Scott did with this shoe. So drop in the comments and tell me what I got wrong. But I still really think you all are sleeping on these shoes.